Hello. So my Discord wanted me to do a group event where we practiced editing in Premiere for those who would like to learn. And so I'm going to do a little video for those who couldn't attend and also just anybody who's interested in knowing how I edit my roleplays. I use Premiere Pro, Adobe Premiere 2022. I don't think it matters what Premiere you use, but here's where we are. We're on the main menu. Click New Project to start a new project and name it. I'm gonna name this one Test. So you have all these weird settings and stuff. As long as you're recording your videos in 1920 by 1080 and 60 FPS, I don't worry about much of this stuff. So I click Create, and here's where we are. So here's where you import your media. You drag it into this spot, and here is the timeline where you edit. If you go up here to the top right, click this little workspace thing. I'm on editing, so you guys could do that too. So hopefully it'll look the same. If you guys are missing any up here on the left side, if you're missing any of the buttons up here, you can go to Window and select those, just in case you're missing any. So if I'm going to let's grab some clips that I've done. We'll just go to my CassiCowPlays. We'll get a DVD clip and just throw it in. So these are recorded at 1080, 1080, 60 FPS. And to drag them onto your timeline, you just take this and you go boop. Easy, 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 easy. So this is how I edit. First thing I do is I don't want to just drag this clip into here. Actually, I'm going to show you. It'll automatically set the sequence as whatever size you have this. So again, make sure you're recording in the right size because that's pretty important. Then I will go up here and I will select the part that I want. And to do that, I use these little tools right here, mark in, mark out. You can also use I and O. Let's say I want to start there. I'll select right there and select right there. And this is also what I do if I go back to edit, I get a zombie clip. Here's how most of my clips look when I'm doing my role plays. So they start out, I have all my positions set, and then I have to start the camera. So in the beginning, it's all this stuff, but right there is where I'd like to start. So I mark in, find out where I want to mark out. I'll mark out right there. And you can grab just the audio and drag it onto your timeline, or you can grab the video as well and drag that onto your timeline and use it from there. Then when we have these, also another thing, I take these, let's say I drag the whole clip there. I also just shortened it, so this will also be the shortened version in my project. I'll go here, and normally I don't want the sound that I recorded with underneath because I use voice lines as audio, so I don't need this audio from when I recorded. So I'll click it, and I'll go to unlink. I'll do that once again. I'll click it, the whole clip, right click it, and go to unlink. And then I'm able to either separately delete the video or delete the audio. That is what I do. Another thing that I do a lot is zooming. So I will click the video, come up to my effect controls up here in the top left, and here's where we can set things. Here's points to set your beginning point. So let's say I want the screen to do a backflip, okay? Let's say I want to do a backflip. I select position, scale, and rotation. I'm going to start it like this at the beginning of the clip, but by the end of the clip, I'll drag to the end of the clip. I would like there to be 10 backflips. So I'll change the rotation and I'll spin it. All right, so that's where we're at now. If I replay the clip, it's going to spin throughout that whole thing. And let's say I only want the spinning to go to here. I can drag this point to here. It's going to be a lot quicker. Actually, it's actually not even going to render. There we go. It's like, wow, my computer did not like that. Another thing you can do is, let's say I want to zoom in. This is what controls your zoom. You can scale in, scale out. You can move from left to right and also up and down, down and up. And you can do that through these points as well. So now if I do that, it's going to do whatever I just did. So I zoomed in and went up and down a little bit. So that is what it's going to do. And you can add as many of those points as possible. Another thing I use frequently is the effect controls. I use things like cross dissolve to help me fade out of a clip if I'd like to fade to black. You can go through these and actually you can go to like video effects and look at all these and see what they all do, test each one. But in order, let's say I want to make this scene so much brighter, so I can add brightness and contrast onto the clip. I drag it right on the clip. And then if I go up to effect controls, this is where I can control that. So I can make it super bright, super contrast. Wow, now it's just a meme video. But yeah, that is what I do for that. And then when it comes time for exporting, oh, actually one more thing. For here, normally I keep my video on one, my audio voice lines on one, maybe two sometimes if I have multiple that overlap. And then 3, 4, 5, 6 I use for effects. I use it for music, etc. But as you can see, I only have video 1, audio 2, audio 3. So I will right click right here and add tracks, and that is where you can add a new video track, a new audio track, etc. Or you can take this and drag it all the way to the top. See, there's nothing here. There's no track. If I drop it right there, boom. Other side, boom. Now we have multiple audio tracks. Last thing before we move to exporting, we have this clip right here. I'm going to show you how to use these little tools on the side. They might be somewhere else for you. I don't know if my layout is unique to me or not. It's been too long. But these tools are big important. You have the selection tool, which allows you to just drag, do things like that. You can select everything in the timeline by left clicking and dragging. And also you can take this little razor tool right here and you can cut clips. That is the best way to do it. Also this little magnet thing, make sure you always have that on. It snaps the timeline. So say I want to make a cut right there, it makes it so it snaps to that line. So I can boop, boop, right where I want the cut to be. Also, another thing you can do is change the length of the clip by simply putting your cursor on the end of a clip and dragging back and forward. Now let's say I'm done with my roleplay. I added the music, I added the effects I wanted. Now I need to export it. You can go up to File, Export Media. And these are always the settings that I use this clip. As you can see, it's 1920 by 1080 and it's 60 FPS. Perfect. Exactly what I want. I will always export. You can name your file right here. Select where you're going to export it to. I always go for the format. I go H.264. I don't know why. That's the way I learned, and it seems to be what everybody else does too. So that is how I export the video. Also, I noticed you can do this little thing to YouTube now. Never noticed that, but might have to give that a try sometime. But yeah, that's about it. You can export your movie, and then you can have your awesome movie right here. And as you can see, there's one of the clips we used. I add the black borders onto the screen to make it feel more movie-like. It's just all about experimenting and finding what your style is and what you like best. Time is honestly the biggest thing. I started editing just self-learned, so this is what I've learned through myself. But yeah, I hope this helps you, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.